Yo, we got me in the top right, Protoss in the bottom left. Oh, first game of the day, actually. Get a Protoss, and I haven't had a Protoss in a while. What I've been wanting to do is get the Hydras going. So the intention of this was to, I think, get my economy, and just, I kind of was being greedy here. I was hoping he wasn't going to rush me. Which I guess is kind of a dumb thing to do on a two-player map because they obviously know where you are. The one thing I noticed he did, so he's got only 7 probes out right now. He builds that pylon and just sends it over. It's like, what could I possibly be doing? He scouted really early. What could I possibly be doing that's so darn tricky right now? I mean, I've got 9 probes. But what that does a lot of times, actually, what could I possibly be doing? It's not about me, I guess. It's the fact that this probe is meant to do some kind of cheesy, like, maybe like a cannon rush or some kind of like, it generally means early pressure when they scout fast like that. At least in my experience, that's what's been happening if I see that probe come in early. So I kind of got scared a little bit when I saw it, but he wasn't messing with like pylons or nothing. He was just kind of floating around. So I decided to stick to my guns. Went with the 12 hatchery, followed it up with the spawning pool. And I was trying to think about like where I wanted my overlords, because in previous Hydra busts, I needed overlords to detect Dark Templar, and that wasn't available to me at the time. So I was trying to use my overlords to see them coming if he was going to send zealots, and then also have them in a position where if I needed them for detection later on, they wouldn't be too far to come meet the Hydras down the road. So he's going for a pretty early natural, probably because he saw mine, so he's just matching my economy here. Just watching me. Got a photon cannon down. Hides it up there. Zerglings. Zerglings kind of... So, I was going to just build another hatchery here. But then I was like, you know what? I sent a drone out to scout, and it's like, nah, I'll just send another drone out behind it later. Just to act like I'm scouting or whatever, and use this bad boy, my first initial scout, to make a third base. And it's kind of like a little sneaky one. I don't normally do that, but I think for like a 3-hatch Hydra, that's kind of it's not as, how do I say it? It's not as risky because you're going to be putting on heavy aggression in the beginning. So the idea is you get away with this because you're at their front door. So I chased the probe out, and then I decided to leave my Zerglings there, bring my other ones up with them. And from here, I'm thinking just straight macro. Like, I'm just droning. Got my Hydralisk den down. Tried to drone, or the probe got by my Zerglings. So I actually sent them to peel off and beat him to the ramp. But I lost where he went. So it looks like he comes down here. I don't know if he's scouting for a sneaky third base or what his deal was. So he sees that I'm not doing this. This base, I think, is way better for a third. Now, it's hard to get to because you have to run through this little corral up here. So you have to do this big, if you're following a mouse on the bottom left, you have to do this big like loop around to get to it, but it's real turtled up. So I was like, okay, well, let me just put like a sunk in there, just kind of clog it up a little bit, and then if I need to aid it later, I can. Yeah, he's really looking for that third base. He thinks I'm going to be doing something, so he was right. I just put it in a less desirable spot, I think, than what maybe most people do. But like I said, I really like this choke. This is really hard to get units in, and you can even put sunkens here to fire over if you know you're going to be messed with. So I've got my Hydralisk upgrades going. This is speed first. My Hydralisks weren't really out yet, so I figure, well, I'll just do speed, then I'll do range right away. I'll hopefully have the gas, and I ended up nailing the timing. I got my 150 gas, and I start range almost instantly. Boom. And then I've got the evolution chamber coming in, so he sees Hydra, right? He knows Hydra's coming. And then I wanted to start my ranged one attack here. I think I did that pretty soon, getting my gas over 100 again. But I went layer because I was actually thinking, okay, he knows Hydras are here. He might be heavily cannoning right now. I know I start range. There it is, ranged attack. So I started out, and I kind of did a thing where I actually have a lot of drones right now for, like, air quotes, a 3-hatch Hydra, and I kind of noticed that. I think I spent too much time macroing and not enough time making units. And I built this spore colony here to try and defend my overlords if he's gonna mess with me with Corsairs, but he does not. He gets a bunch of gateways, and I see this. I was like, oh man, I'm not ready. I was like, get back, boys, we gotta. And then I was gonna try and use this choke here to kind of equal the odds, because he had way more units, I think, than I did. When value wise, he for sure had the better army. So I was gonna try and use this choke to try and make the fight a little bit more fair. So there's this back and forth that keeps happening. Zealot comes up. Let's fry him, and I was like, oh nope, you can't come up, So he started shoving through, and then I was like, no, buddy, you gotta stay down there, So like I said, there was this back and forth dance that kept happening, and I think I don't remember what he does here, because my attention was elsewhere, but it ends up yeah, so he backs off, and I start sending some Hydralisks from this hatchery and kind of pool them up here at his third, air quotes, mineral only base. And that was just for whenever I get to this point that I could add these, however many Hydras I get, just add those into the equation later. So I wanted to push through here with these, and you can see this little sneaky boy came around the bottom. He didn't like fighting up the ramp, which is smart, right? He didn't. That's a hard fight to take. It's not cost efficient. So then I don't see this. He's got his boys coming through here, and the fact that I saw these still coming over is like, oh, he's coming. And then he shows his face at my front door, cancels my attack upgrade, which hurts. And I was like, well, I've got myself in yet another base trade. I knew my natural wasn't going to last very long, so I just start massing sunken colonies to try and stall, because I knew I was probably going to I was probably going to win this front here, and I wasn't going to go back home, so he's got more, I think, damage, but I was hoping, and I was rushing the lurker upgrade too, because I figured, okay, he built, and we had this fight over here for that long. He built a lot of dragoons, and he built a lot of units and all that stuff. His tech cannot be good. So with that, I was like, okay, let me get lurkers, and I probably just win, right? Because he's gonna have no detection, because his cannons are cooked. So I'm morphing some lurkers here, and I'm trying to, like I said, I'm literally just trying to stall for my own win down here, but I was distracted. He gets half of my army picked off, so I was feeling pretty bad. And so the lurker's out. He was able to kill this one really fast. I send my drones away, So I felt okay here. I was like, there's no way he's going to kill everything because this lurker is going to sit here and just peel. So what I ended up doing was he gets a bunch of my overlords that were just hanging out in my natural. I try and kill the rest of these off. And then I back off because he's got too much here. I'm like, crap. I was like, crap, dude. I've got a decent money bank. Boom. I've got a decent money bank, so, and I've got this other base. So I was like, okay, I'm probably behind. I was like, I'm not too behind because I killed his natural, right? He killed mine, I killed his. So it's like, all I need to do is just get some more lurkers, and I probably can just push through. Because, again, I figured his tech was bad. So my assumption was correct. He ended up, the tech that he did have, he went for the Adun, then the Templar Archive. So to be able to see lurkers, he has to get this robotics factory, then he has to get an observatory, which is another building, and then he can start making things that detect my lurkers. So I send my lurkers in, and he's just cooked, right? GG. Woo! That was a scrap too, man. I keep getting myself into these base trades. Like I figure like, oh, it's time to send the Hydras. Let's go. I thought he backed off. I thought he was sitting at his, going back to his base or sitting. Yeah, there he's scouting the third. He figured something was going on. But yeah, he because he decided to go for like a ground army and try and push in, be a little different. I guess I don't know if that. I mean, it's not normal to do this, but because he didn't have detection, I just literally win by default. So I was really glad that I ended up going for the quick lurk. I don't really know if they were quick lurkers, but a lot of times in the past, I don't generally do lurkers that quick, or this quick, I should say. Generally, I just try and mass and mass and mass Hydras. So this ended up working. It's probably something I might try to do later in my other games. I need to have a better mindset on how many drones I made because I was way over my drone count. I should have been pushing Hydras sooner. But because I had the better economy, I could just buy all the upgrades and get my lurkers out. So it ended up working out, but still working on my builds.